Well, welcome back to Willey Farms. I'm Donna Cavender. Thanks for stopping in and checking us out today. We're located just south of Odessa, just a few miles, just a little bit north of Smyrna, so we're really easy to find. If you travel on Route 1 most of the time, no worries, we're easy to find off of Route 1 as well. Check us out online, our website, willeyfarms.com. Of course, we're all over social media. And don't forget to check out our YouTube channel, and you can find this program and others. Now, today, we're going to take a little peek behind the curtain at Willey Farms and how we get ready for spring and summer and how you can get ready too. So I hope you'll stick around to find out that. And we've got a couple segments that you really enjoyed on nachos and I believe some crab melts too. So check out those. We've got it all for you coming up. Now, of course, we're here amongst the bunnies today, and that's because we know that Easter is coming up. It's just days away. April 1st is Easter. We've got all your Easter needs here. Of course, all these cute bunnies, you're not going to be able to resist these bunnies. And of course, we have lots of great Easter candy too. So stop by and check that out for Easter coming up on April 1st. But now, let's get to the show. I think it's a good one. All right, time to move on to the crab melts. Really, really good and really, really simple. Here's how you start. You get 7 ounces of crab meat. You also have 1 stick of melted butter. You have 7 ounces of shredded cheddar cheese. We have some parsley, we have some garlic salt, and we have some mayonnaise, 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise. And all you do is just put it all in here together. There's the garlic salt. Let's put the mayonnaise in. Get that in there. Make some nice color there. And then this is about a half a can of the crab meat. So you put that in there. There we go. And you just mix it around. All those ingredients all together in one pan. And then of course you can just ditch the spoon and do it with your hands to get it a little bit more mixed up. A little better. Okay. Now you've got it all mixed up. You got your pan, and of course, trusty English muffins. So you split your English muffins, put them out on the tray, and you just take your crab and cheese and all that good stuff and put a nice little mound on there. Doesn't that look good already? That looks good already. Now you can be real generous, or you can be a little bit more stingy. You can just put like a little film on there. But you want to be generous with your guests. It's just as simple as piling it up there, putting it on the cookie sheet. Now you might want to use some parchment paper on your cookie sheet if you want to. Don't have to, it's not necessary. Now obviously we've got more crab meat. So you would do even more, finish with more English muffins. Then you spread the mixture on the muffins after that. And then you put it in the oven, 350 degrees, for about 8 to 10 minutes. And when they come out, they look delicious, just like this. And your guests will just love it. And then what you do is, I guess if you're really generous, you could give them the whole thing. But generally, you cut them in quarters. So cut it in half here, cut it in half there, and it becomes a little crab melt bite. And there you go, crab melt on an English muffin, nice and warm, and oh, it's really good. It's really good. And your guests will really, really like it a lot. Crab melts. Cheers. Well, I have to tell you that my sister-in-law takes those crab melts to all kinds of special occasions. And when they get there, they go just like that because they're so good. And they're great for special occasions, but great for just whenever too. So I hope that you try that recipe out. And that was a lot of fun to make. Really, really good. But now let's move on to another great snack. I mean, speaking of snacks, boy, do we have them for you here at Willey Farms. These are a favorite. right here. These are coconut pieces. We've got the dried fruit. We've got, hey, you taking a little walk? Got the trail mix here too. So all kinds of great snacks. But next we're going to go with Rockfish Johnny, and he's going to talk all about these really good nachos. And nachos, good by themselves, great with his recipe. Let's check it out. Well, welcome again to our sampling station, and I am so excited. With me here is John Arcucci. John, thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you very much for having me.
Well, John is otherwise known as the Sassafras Chef,
Yes,
is that
that's
right?
correct. Yep.
And John, you sell us some spicy sauce. We have Rockfish Johnny's spicy sauce.
Correct.
Okay,
Yep.
and we're going to use some of that in the recipe today, but first I want to get a little bit of a background on you. How did you get to this point?
Well, I'm a graduate of the Academy of Culinary Arts in Mays Landing, New Jersey.
Good way to start.
And I've been running around commercial kitchens for about 28 years.
Okay, so you started out as a chef and a cook.
Started out as a chef. I basically cut my teeth in the Virgin Islands as my first executive chef job.
Not a bad start.
Graduating out of culinary school, and then I moved back to the States in 1990. And my wife and I started our own catering business and cafe business.
Okay.
And the sauce business was a spin-off from the cafe and the catering business.
Okay, so you've got the sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Do you still do the catering and
No.
No, you just you concentrate on the sauce.
We concentrate on the manufacturing and distribution of the sauce.
All right.
And eventually, as things keep growing, we're going to go into some other sauces and soups as well.
All right. Well, today we're going to use the Rockfish Johnny's spicy sauce.
Yep.
In a couple of recipes, and I understand it's very, very popular.
Mm-hmm.
And what are we going to do today? What are we going to start out with?
Well, today we're going to start out with some nachos, which is popular. It's great for the family to
Love
help put
nachos.
things together.
Okay.
You can also add different proteins to it. Today we're going to go vegetarian.
Okay.
And we're going to start with some blue chips,
All right.
cornmeal chips, and we're going to have scallions, a variety of tomatoes, some shredded iceberg, jalapeno peppers, and some red onion, with a blend of Colby and cheddar and Monterey Jack cheese, topped with sour cream, fresh lime juice, and cilantro.
Well, it sounds good. Can we put it together now?
Sure.
Okay, let's put it together. All right, we're going to put it on our...
We have a little bit of a cookie sheet here, disposable one.
And you sprayed some oil on that, so it'd
Yep.
be easy to get it all off.
Yep,
okay.
absolutely. And we're going to use some of our blue
Some
chips
of the blue chips here that we
from
have here at the store.
Willey's Farm Markets.
We have lots of different ones. Those happen to be with sea salt, and we have some other. And if you don't want to use the blue, you could go with the
Right.
regular. There's the chili and lime and other blue. But we're going to go
We're
with
going
these.
to go with blue today for
We're
some
gonna go
color
with blue?
contrast.
All right.
Because most of our vegetables and our produce and our dairy products are earth tones.
Okay. And it's all about the presentation, right?
It's all about the presentation.
Yeah.
If you're not hungry and you look at it, you're still going to eat it.
You're really hungry. Okay, so the chips go down. What goes
Chips
on
go
next?
down next, and then we're going to take a little bit of the cheese, and we're going to sprinkle that on rather generously.
And you said that was a blend.
Yes, this is a blend. Anytime you can use a blend of cheeses in any products that you're working on, it's always going to be very complimentary.
Okay.
And then we're going to take some of our blended tomatoes,
All right.
nice freshly chopped. Anytime you're using fresh ingredients, use the fresh ingredients. I'm not a big fan of stadium cheese sauce. However, they are very popular on nachos, and it's easy to do.
Is that like the cheese, creamy cheese
Yes,
whiz kind
yes,
of? Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, I don't think I'm a fan of that either.
We're going to use a little bit of red onion
All right.
and some chopped jalapeno, fresh jalapeno,
See, I'm getting hungry already.
and some scallion. And we're going to go ahead, and we are also going to chop up a little bit of fresh cilantro right here.
Okay. Fresh cilantro.
Not a whole lot. You don't want to use too much cilantro. You don't want to have an overpowering of
It's
just
a very
cilantro and
distinctive
nachos,
taste.
All right?
Yeah.
So you want to strike a balance here.
Okay.
I'm saying here we're probably looking at 1 pound to 1.5 pounds of nachos.
All right.
So we're only using about 1.5 ounces of fresh cilantro over that.
Okay.
We're going to finish with some fresh squeezed lime juice. That way
Awesome.
the citrus and the acidity in the citrus is going to bring up all the flavors when we pop it in the
Gotcha.
oven,
Okay.
and we're ready to go.
Okay. And
Free
you put
simple.
you put that in the oven
Yep, we're going to
for
put it in the oven for about minute, maybe a minute.
Minute, just long enough to
Just long enough to melt the cheese and
melt the
roast the
cheese.
vegetables.
Okay. And you put it in there, and then when it comes out,
It comes out like this.
looking like this.
Nice picking.
There you go, and you just
Easy.
kind of pick it apart.
Yep. Fun
Let's
for the
see.
kids to have.
Yeah.
Everybody will love
Now
it.
see, this is. I always get on television, and then they
Oh,
make me eat.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second here.
Oh, we forgot the.
We forgot it.
We forgot it.
We can't forget the Rockfish Johnny spicy
Okay,
sauce.
there
And
we
then
go.
All you got to do is
And I
finish
get a
that
little
on
bit-
there.
A little bit on there.
And what's nachos without sour cream?
Oh my. We almost messed up the entire recipe, didn't we?
Oh, what can I say? And then we're going to have a little bit of
A little
iceberg
lettuce on top. Okay. All right, let me.
for some crunchiness. All right.
Mmm.
Now the Rockfish Johnny spicy sauce
Mm-hmm.
is not so spicy that it overpowers the palate. It lets you taste the food that you're putting
Okay.
the sauce on. So it's a complimentary sauce on everything. It goes great on pork, fish, veal, brisket, French fries.
Oh, wow.
People put it on everything but cereal. And you could
Okay.
if you want, and you can even try and put it on popcorn, but it's great on everything.
And it's one heat. It's not like mild and
yeah,
hot.
like I said,
and,
it's not like an overpowering. Like,
Okay.
it enables you to taste the food that you put it on,
Mm-hmm.
and still enjoy spiciness if that's what you're into.
Okay.
Which a lot of people are.
Well, that is awesome. We're going to put our nachos right up here,
Okay.
and now we're ready to move on, aren't we?
Absolutely.
How you doing? Hi, I promised you a look behind the scenes, and so that's what we've got coming up. Want to say thank you to Rockfish Johnny for that great nacho recipe. Hope you try that out. I think I'm kind of hungry, so I'm going to go check that out tonight. But right now, let's go behind the scenes here at Willey Farms, a peek behind the curtain here at the greenhouse. Come on, let's go. So here we are behind the scenes at Willey Farms, and with me I have Kathy Smith. Kathy, thank you for helping me out today.
No problem.
Okay. We wanted to talk today about early spring planting, both flowers and vegetables, and right now we're going to talk about flowers. And you know those beautiful hanging baskets that you come and enjoy and pick up and buy in May and June and July? Well, they start right here as teeny tiny plants, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So Kathy, we've got lots of carts here with all kinds of different plants on them. So what do we have here to begin with?
Well, right now we have the pansies sitting here in front of us. So the first thing that we do every year, they're grown in cool weather, and we have those pansy plugs right here.
That just, it's
Isn't
amazing how small they are.
They're very tiny.
They are so small. And that's how it
and
begins.
we have a little tray. Oh, here
And
it is.
these are the pansies.
And all we do basically is we'll poke a little hole in here. You want to plop your pansy
Oh,
in
okay.
there.
Put my pansy in and
Yeah. Now they've already sown the seeds for these. They did these about 6 weeks ago. So these
Okay.
are probably 6 to 8 weeks out of seed.
how many plugs are in here?
288.
Good grief.
288.
Okay. All right.
So then
we've
we'll
got the
leave these
pansies.
in here about 4 to 6 weeks, and then they're going to be ready to sell and ready to go.
And what time of the year do you actually start putting these plugs in?
We start these in February, like early February, and by mid-March they're going to be ready to go out.
All right.
And ready for
Awesome.
sale.
So what else do we have? We have
So,
pansies in front of us,
yep.
and we also have.
We have everything, a little bit of everything.
Okay.
The next thing that we do is our geraniums, because they take a while to get going. So we do our geraniums next. And you know, everybody likes their geranium planters, so here's our little recipe for that. We have our spikes, which can be used in basically any planter.
Oh, right.
And Donna, what do we call that?
That is the thriller.
That's our thriller.
That's the thriller.
And
Okay.
then we'll put 3 of these in.
All right. And
And
you
these
don't.
are geraniums.
You just need to poke your finger in there.
Put it in
and-
there, just cover the soil a
Put
little
'em
bit.
right
You
in
don't want to
there.
do it too deep because you don't want it to rot, but just at the top
Okay,
of the soil
just at the
line.
top. All right. So we've
Yeah.
got our 3 fillers, which is the geranium
Yeah.
right here. Okay.
And what do we have here?
These would be called spillers. See, I pay
You
attention.
do,
I
you
really do pay
do.
attention.
Yep.
And they're called spillers because
They spill over the pot.
they spill over
They're
the
actually
pot.
called vinca vine. And you can use these in a variety of different planters and baskets.
I really like vinca vine. Now this is a little bit different vinca than what I use at my house. I have the bedding vinca
Yeah.
that has the beautiful purple flowers in
And
the
this
spring.
will get one, and you can use it. It does come back every year. So if you
Oh,
have
okay.
it in your pots, don't throw it away. You can transplant it. You can put it somewhere else. But this is
Okay.
the basic little recipe
All right.
that we use for the geraniums.
And it looks beautiful already, but when it starts to grow, it's just going to be gorgeous.
It's going to be gorgeous. It'll
Gorgeous.
be ready in about 10 weeks.
Okay,
So
so
we will have a lot of
what
those.
else do we have in here? Do we have anything else we want to
Well,
talk
the next
about?
is our planters. This is one of the, and they basically all work the same. We get these plugs in, we plant them. This one here is a little bit special because we have 3 flowers in this, so I only have to put 3 plugs in there.
All right, so the plugs are a little bit bigger too.
Yes, yeah, they are a little bit bigger. They're
Mm-hmm.
a lot bigger. If you take this plug versus
The little tiny one.
one of these, yeah,
right,
lot bigger.
And they've got 3 flowers in here.
3
Now, what are
flowers.
the flowers? This little one here?
That's a verbena,
Okay, and this?
petunia,
Petunia, and
and this is the Mexican biting,
Oh,
which
there you-
mine is a little bit bigger than
it was
yours.
hiding.
Yes.
It was
Beautiful
hiding. There we
gold
go.
flower, beautiful gold
Oh,
flower
okay.
on it.
All right.
So, and these we only have to plop 3 in because we have 3, so
I
there's
see.
actually 9 plants in there.
Okay,
But Donna's going to do 1, and if you want to grab, how about 2 of the yellow
2 of the yellow. Okay, you
Calibrachoas.
hold that one. Okay.
and those 2 diamond frosts that you
Oh,
have
I'm going to
there.
pick one that actually has a pretty yellow
There you
flower.
go.
Okay, 2 of these.
And then we have 2 of these.
Okay.
And let's add a petunia. We normally do 3 different flowers. That way you get a lot different texture.
Okay.
So usually like that, and then maybe your 2.
Put that one there. Put this one here. Okay.
And this one a little bit closer to the center, just so we have it filled. And that's it.
Okay. There we go. Now, what about watering?
Watering. Well, first we're going to do our Osmocote, some kind of slow release fertilizer. We
Oh.
put in all of our baskets. And then we will continue to feed them with a liquid fertilizer. So when you get your baskets in the summer, continue to fertilize them with a liquid fertilizer, and probably like late June, give them a nice trim so they keep their fullness. You want to keep your baskets full so they're not long and leggy.
Oh, okay. So you trim them,
in
and
the
then
summer.
another stem will come out.
It'll come out. It'll be
Okay.
just like when you trim your hair. It just seems to be healthier, and that's what you want to do with a basket. So you want to keep feeding it throughout the summer.
All right.
You also want to make sure that you keep it trimmed. Take a couple inches off it. It's not going to hurt it. It's just going to make it
Okay.
bushier.
All right. So
Yeah.
now we start doing this in February,
Mm-hmm.
and then it goes out onto the selling floor about what time of the year?
Actually, some of them were already started planting out there, so we'll
Okay.
hang them up.
Okay.
And they'll be ready, like, depending on what the weather is.
Right.
I mean, late winter, whatever. But usually, definitely by Mother's Day, end of April.
Sure.
Yep, depending
Okay.
on how the weather is.
And so this is how it starts. It will get a little bit bigger, and
Mm-hmm.
possibly, and I'm sure once the folks buy the hanging basket or the planter, then they take good care of it, and it gets even bigger and more
Oh
beautiful.
yeah, it just continues to grow.
Okay.
So we start out with the pansies, and we go to the geraniums, and then we go into the regular annual baskets, and then
Okay.
it's just all out.
Now the geraniums,
Craziness.
we have so many kinds of geraniums.
We
Do
do.
you remember all the different kinds of geraniums?
There
that
are
we-
two- we just got a new one, Moxie, this year, which we just
I
planted
love
that
the
I haven't
names
tried
they
it.
come up with
Yes,
for the
yeah.
geraniums and for the poinsettias at Christmas time. It's awesome. So
Oh,
it's
yeah,
called
the-
Moxie. So what does Moxie look
Moxie.
like?
They're really bright neon colors, so I'm really excited to get those. Those are some samples. They're actually not supposed to be available till 2019.
Oh, so we're
but
special.
Yes, we are special.
Yay, we're
we got our
special.
hands on those and really
Okay.
like that. So
All
then
right.
we also have our portulacas that we do the portulaca baskets.
Oh,
which
I
are
remember-
heat and drought tolerant. But this year we have a variegated one, so that's going to be exciting.
That's really pretty.
yeah. So it's
And
going to
that's
get the
this
purple
is the
flower.
variegated, and that's the
It's just a plain
more
leaf.
traditional.
Yeah, more
Okay.
traditional. This is
All
what
right.
you're used to. But
Okay.
these you can set out on the sandy beaches. They're going to take the heat, take the drought. They take it all.
Okay. Do they
Yeah.
do they do good in shade?
They won't do good in shade.
No,
They will
okay.
not flower, and they won't flower on a cloudy, rainy day either. They,
Okay.
They
Good
thrive
to
for
know.
that sun.
So see this
So.
when you come to Willey Farms and you're trying to figure out what you need for your yard, this is the lady to talk to because she will know if
Yeah.
you're looking for something for shade. She will be able to tell you that that's not what you want.
right.
Okay,
yeah.
so the
and for
portulaca-
shade in general, you're not going to find a lot of bright colors. So sometimes you have to go with the foliage,
Okay.
and that is just as pretty. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and this is a different geranium.
Right.
If you see, this is one of the brocades. So it doesn't get as big of a flower.
Oh.
But it's known more for its foliage because you see the different
The
colors.
leaves are very pretty.
Yeah, it's not just the plain green that you get in the regular.
Right.
So,
Gosh, and this one that we planted here, it already has a little bud
See
on
how
it.
great you are, Donna? You sprouted a flower in 5 minutes. That's awesome. We
Just like
we
that.
gotta get you out of the office and in the
Okay.
greenhouse.
And this is a different kind of grass. We've got this grass, and then we've got, this is
Yep.
the purple.
This is your general spike. This is what it does. It just is green. This here is your purple fountain grass, which this is the grass you're looking for in the fall every year. So buy it in the spring and get it going, and it's going to get you big purple plumes on it at the end of in the fall season when you want
Awesome.
that purple color and everything
Okay.
else is
And we
dying
have
away.
multiple colors of the pansies, of the geraniums, of all of these.
All these are
There's-
portulaca. They're all different colors. I
Okay.
have all different colors petunias. Here's another one of the Trixie mixes with the petunia, verbena, and a calabricoa. We have the little purple
Those are
one in
those
there.
are great.
Yeah.
And they pair them together because they're similar.
They're good combinations. They're
Okay.
good and you have 3 different textures. You have the bigger leaf, the bigger flower, the smaller kind of bumpy leaf.
Right, and it's-
these have the tiny little cluster flowers like that.
Beautiful.
And then, and you can see, because this is your big petunia flower,
Okay.
your little calabricoa flower. And then, so you have different
know.
textures, different sizes, and that's what makes your basket.
All
That's
right.
what makes it interesting.
So as you can see, there's a lot of work goes into these baskets and the plants that we put together for you starting in February. But once May and June comes around, it looks beautiful out in
Yeah.
the greenhouse.
Yeah.
So all right, so this is a little bit of a look behind the scenes for Willey Farms.
This is behind
but
the
now
scenes.
let's try and help the folks on what they're going to do in their yard.
Okay.
Okay, let's go do that. All right, Kathy, so we're over here and we're talking about the consumer, the person that's
Mm-hmm.
at home and they want to do some things by themselves. So let's start over here with the flowers. And these are the bulbs,
These
correct?
are the bulbs.
These are calla lilies. They're small.
Mm-hmm.
We've got calla lilies. We've got the canna. They're a little bit bigger. Everybody loves the gladiolas.
Gladiolas, yeah.
Yes, the
cut
gladiolas.
flower.
And you see that you get quite a few bulbs in there. I love dahlias.
Uh-huh.
They're beautiful. These are the dinner plate dahlias. and
Which
that
are
means
big. Yeah, they're big.
They are
big.
huge. And of course, you've got the little lilies. These are African lilies, and they're really pretty. Lots of different great places to
And they will
put
give you a
them.
chart on the back that tells you how deep to plant them.
Okay.
If ever in doubt of which is the right end to plant up, plant it sideways, and it will recorrect itself and go up. So, because sometimes, most of the time you can tell which way to plant it, but sometimes you
really
just can't
can't.
figure out the top
Yes.
or bottom on it.
And that's because
So, yeah.
the bulb is smarter than we are.
Well, okay.
And we have also, ooh, these are a lot of the,
Yeah, the
other
stargazer lilies, yeah.
Yeah, those are really
Very
nice too.
fragrant, very sweet
Right.
and fragrant, yeah.
Now, this,
Yeah.
you would have no clue what this is. It's just like it looks like celery, a celery bulb, but
Yeah,
it
celery.
is
The elephant ears, yeah.
extra large elephant ears.
And that's actually one of the smaller ones. That just has a protective coating over it for shipping.
Right.
But,
So
yeah, they're very hard. And
Yeah. You
yeah.
could hurt somebody with that thing.
So,
All right. And this I found, I'd never seen this before at all.
love it.
It looks like a lump of dirt.
Or manure, yes.
Thank you that I have it in my hand. Thank you. But it is
Rhubarb.
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 Rhubarb. And you can
Yeah.
start to see some of it coming out the top here. So if you like that rhubarb strawberry pie that you have in the summertime, then you need
Now,
to...
you don't want to harvest the first year. You want to plant it the first year or
Oh.
harvest the second year.
Okay.
Kind of like, I think you have some asparagus roots there too somewhere.
Asparagus.
Oh, right here. Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
Yes,
same
the
there.
asparagus roots.
Those you're going to plant and you're going to actually, they're kind of like spidery. So you want to spread those roots out and you're just going to spread them out and plant them in like a shallow little trench type.
Now we also have onion sets.
My favorite.
See the little onion sets. There's the Dutch onion sets. And we also have potato sets too. We have some of these. There's some down there, the white potatoes, the purple potatoes. And these are the French fingerling. They are organic seed potatoes. So if you like to grow your
And
own.
we also have the potato bag that you can put those in. Now you want to wait till the danger of frost is over before you plant any of these bulbs outside. But
Okay,
potato
good-
bag's
good to
really
know.
cool. It probably sets maybe 3 feet, 2.5 feet tall, but it has a little door that you can open up on the bottom. You can actually see the potatoes growing underneath the dirt, and
That's
you can
unreal.
pick tonight's supper and close the door and let them
And you're
continue
good
to
to go.
grow. Yeah.
How about that?
Pretty awesome.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Now we also have some seeds here, some of the
We
seeds
do.
that they can plant early. Things like peas.
Yep. All your cool weather vegetables that are early
The
for
spinach.
like March, April. Yep.
And there's the cabbage and broccoli over here as well. Snap peas.
Yeah.
And now the tomatoes. We've got tomatoes
You can
here.
start your tomatoes now because they take a little bit longer to germinate, to get the height, to get the size, because you want a nice tomato plant. So you can get those started now, and as soon as the danger frost is over Mother's Day, you get that tomato plant. It's going to be like, you know, pretty big size when you put it in the ground, but you've sown the seed yourself.
So you can start
So
them here.
You can start them right here.
Okay.
Chris Willey has already started some basil.
How about that?
Yeah, and
There you
it's
go.
only been back here about a week, so it came up pretty quick.
And he started that with seeds.
He started with seeds in
All
a
right.
tray just like this.
Okay.
So,
And
which
so-
comes with directions. You put your soil in, your seed, and we have the seed starting soil, which is a little bit finer. So you want to make sure you get that.
And to maintain the heat.
Yeah, you want to make sure that the roots or the soil's kept warm, so you get
so
a
you
heating
have
mat.
a seedling heat mat.
Because we have a
here.
heated greenhouse, so everybody doesn't have the right light, the right heating.
Right,
So
right.
when you're doing it indoors, you might need something like that, or the grow lights or something.
There's a large planter down there that is it only for tomatoes?
No, tomatoes, cucumbers, you can do a whole thing of lettuce. Sometimes people are in apartments or they just aren't able to go out and till up the yard, so they want a
Right.
small garden, so you
Okay.
can put it on your patio deck. Same with your tomato planter and your
Right.
potato
this
bag.
This is quite big.
So-
This tomato barrel.
Yeah.
So that's another way that you can get those
So if you
tomato
don't
plants
have a big
started.
yard or don't want to till, between the planter box, the potato bag, and the tomato barrel, you've got a whole garden.
And we talked about feeding the flowers. So we feed the vegetables as well.
Yeah, I think we have some.
We have some garden tone down
garden
there, I
tone
think.
down
Yep.
there that you're just going to sprinkle in the soil. No need in going back every 10 days and spraying the fertilizer and all that.
And these are pretty cool.
they are
They're called cow pots.
because
Cow pots.
they are made out of real manure.
Real manure.
So that's your fertilizer right there.
There you go. And you can you start the seeds in these pots, and then when it's time to go outside and plant them, you put the whole thing
You put
in.
the whole thing in there, so there's no waste. It's
and it
totally
degrades
organic, yep,
and
degrades.
helps your plant.
yeah.
Okay, I think we covered a lot today.
I think we did, yeah.
Yeah, we did a little behind the scenes here at Willey Farms, and thank you for all the work that you do getting these flowers.
This is actually a real
Planted.
treat when you come in this time of year. I had a lady come in and watch us plant the other day. She said, I had to get my fix. I said, come on in, get your fix.
Well, and that's why we're doing this now. That so many people, it's so therapeutic. The planting, the digging in the dirt, the knowing that what you're doing now, you'll be able to reap the harvest.
Yeah,
of
you're going to
it
harvest
later.
a flower, a vegetable, yeah,
Right,
something. Yeah,
right.
it's going to bring you joy.
Yes. As you can see, this greenhouse is completely full, and I personally can't wait until much of this gets out into the other greenhouse with all the color and all the beautiful things
It
going
won't
on.
be long. It won't be long.
Won't be long,
No,
that's right.
We've got another greenhouse already full, and we're getting ready to open up the third one.
Okay. And like I said before, if you come and you're not really sure what you need to get, just ask Kathy.
Always ask. Always
Yes,
ask.
Always ask. She'll be happy to help you out.
No question is a dumb question, so if you don't know, ask.
All right, Kathy, thank you very much.
It's been fun.
All right, now we know all about it. It's behind the scenes at Willey Farms. Well, today we did a little playing in the dirt. That's what we were doing today, behind the scenes here at Willey Farms as we get ready for spring and summer, planting flowers, planting vegetable plants. Hope you got some good ideas there. Now, March is Nutrition Month, so I want to remind you that we'll be sharing some nutritional recipes and things on Facebook and on our website. Our website is willeyfarms.com, so check us out. And of course, we are on all the social media too, so we hope that you'll do that. Sign up for our monthly newsletter, and that'll be a good thing too. Thank you so much for watching. We are Willey Farms. We're located right on Route 13, just a little bit south of Odessa, just a little bit north of Smyrna. Our actual address, 4092 DuPont Parkway, Townsend, Delaware, 19734, and that's for all the GPS crowd. That's going to do it for today. You have a great day. Thanks for watching.